Site wxvu.org. Nominated for Best Radio Station Imaging at this year's National Student Production Award, we are V89.1 The Roar. Good morning, Nova Nation. We are starting today's show a couple hours before fall break, which officially begins tomorrow. Should you be using your phone while in the bathroom? And how effective are online dating sites for long-term commitment? We'll discuss. Kat Coyle is joining us today for an interview in her experience as the new Assistant Director for Media Programs in the Office of Student Involvement. A very important question is raised by our Twitter poll question. What is the best French fry cut? In sports, we give you your Villanova sports update for the upcoming weekend, discuss the baseball playoffs, and look at NFL Week 5. The Morning Roar is also being broadcast live on WXVU's YouTube channel. Good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Kokinos.
My name's Mike Obershaven.
And my name is Nick Williams.
And to start off our morning, let's go to Mike with our Morning Roar news update.
You got it. All right. This morning, more than 128 years after he died in a Reading, Pennsylvania jail, a man who was accidentally mummified and left at a funeral home without any identification will finally get his long-awaited burial. Officials at Alman's Funeral Home, the Reading funeral home that has displayed what is known as Stoneman Willie for visitors since the body was brought there in 1895, said it has successfully identified the corpse and can now give it a burial. The funeral home has been holding special visitation hours for Willie all week in anticipation of a grand burial ceremony on Saturday, where the deceased man's name will be revealed on his tombstone, according to Kyle Blankenbiller, the funeral home's director. Then dogs and their families are invited to dress up in Halloween costumes for Halloween Party at Hartford Park, 260 Gulf Creek Road. The festivities are scheduled from 11 to 1 p.m. Saturday, October 21st. Rain date is October 28th. Furry friends and families can participate in a Halloween costume parade, enjoy treats, and try an agility course and more. Representatives from animal shelters and other organizations will be stationed at that event to provide information.
Thank you, Mike. And I've got a question.
I can't wait for the name drop of the dead guy.
Well, how do you accidentally mummify somebody?
Great difficulty.
Right? Like, what had happened there to accidentally make a mummy? Like, you can't just trip into that, you know?
I mean, you might.
I don't know. I wouldn't know, personally.
It's like some sort of cartoonish, like someone falls into a vat of mummy juice. And
that just happens.
That's it.
At this Reading, Pennsylvania funeral home, they have a vat of mummy juice.
Just ready to go.
Just ready to go. That's how it happened.
I will say there have been cases, but it's more like archaeological than someone who just fell in somewhere. But there have been cases where bodies have been perfectly preserved for like 1,000 years because it was in like a bog that naturally mummified them.
I don't think this funeral home is a natural mummification place, though. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, maybe he could have been accidentally mummified somewhere else, and they're just like, all right, next step. Let's go to the funeral home.
Maybe. We have no idea, but get ready for the name drop sometime on Saturday of this man who's been dead for 128 years in Reading, Pennsylvania. But first, our discussion topic of the day, what are your fall break plans? Nick, we're going to start with you.
Okay, so I've been telling this story since the beginning of the summer and a lot this week, actually. I'm getting a root canal on Wednesday next week because of I was in a biking accident. Yeah.
That was far less fun than I was expecting.
It's a lot less fun, but you know it's good because I'm not paying for the root canal. Domino's is, because I was on my bike towards the beginning of the summer. I bike recreationally, and this guy pulled out right in front of me to do like a 3-point turn, and he didn't look or didn't like signal or anything, and I was going like 20 miles an hour. I couldn't stop, so I T-boned his car and I wrecked like a $4,500 bike, and I chipped and I killed one of my teeth. Like, have you ever seen me smile? Like, one of my teeth is kind of like gray. It's kind of gross. But I need to get that the nerve inside of that tooth removed before it gets infected. So,
okay.
Wow.
Well, best of luck on Wednesday with the root canal.
thank you.
Yeah, Mike. Can you top that one?
Mike?
Yeah, come on. Let's see it.
I am going with Level this upcoming fall break to, I think it's Triple Play Farms and then another farm in North Carolina. It's one of the SJE retreats. So we're just going to be doing farm work for a whole week, and it's going to be nice.
So, like, what kind of farm work are we talking about?
Like we're shoveling. We're shoveling. We're building fences.
Is this the kind of farm with animals
Yeah.
or just plants?
Animals.
Okay,
It's a
cool,
horse
cool.
farm.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. They do. I don't know if you've ever heard of the equine therapy, where it's like
Yep.
the horses are the therapy animals.
Yep.
So it's one of those.
Are
do
you like into equestrianism or whatever? I don't know how to say the name.
I'm not a big equestrianist, but animals are pretty cool. I think I'm not around horses all that often. I'm more of
Do
a
you get
city
to-
slicker.
Do you get to ride the horse?
Maybe, I don't know.
You're really just giving us zero information about this trip.
I am.
Sort of
I have
vague.
taken
I've heard
zero
so
I've
information.
heard a lot more
mysterious.
information about this root canal than the trip you're about to take.
That-
Okay.
That sounds accurate. You seem to know more about your root canal than I do about the
Oh,
trip
believe
that
me,
I'm
me
taking.
and my lawyer have been having conversations.
I figured as much. Why was it Domino? Was it a Domino's driver?
Here's the thing: the guy who hit me, quote unquote, was a Domino's driver. He was on making delivery, but the reason why this is such a big deal is because the guy was not licensed, did not have a driver's license.
Wow.
Tough scene.
Yeah,
Wow. The moment your lawyer heard that, he was probably like, "Oh, you're getting a free root canal."
I'm getting free tuition, hopefully,
Yeah.
as well. I'm getting that breadstick discount right now.
Oh,
Absolutely, and never buying from Domino's ever again.
That's a shame. I kind of like Domino's,
Little
but
Caesars on top.
I agree. I agree. Mike has strong
Oh, hold
opinions on
on.
chain pizza.
well, here's
Mike
here's
has
the thing.
the strongest opinions on chain pizza of anyone I've ever met in my life.
Anyone you've ever met.
You just hate it all, period.
I think Domino's is only good after midnight.
Yeah.
It's like a gremlin type situation.
Uh-huh.
But everything else, garbage. Absolute garbage.
What about Pizza Hut?
Pizza Hut,
You can't out Pizza Hut, dude.
but like the thing is, there's so many people that out Pizza the Hut on a daily basis. I'm just not a big Pizza Hut guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
that's fair.
valid.
I'm-
That's valid. That's
I'm just-
understandable.
I'm coming from a pizza dense area. There's
Yes.
fierce competition. You gotta
Correct.
have the best pizza.
Correct. Yeah.
No pizza chain stands a chance.
Not in New Jersey,
Not in
but
New
in
Jersey.
Pennsylvania, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Not good pizza around here
No.
at all. So my fall break, though, I think I have a little more details than Mike, but not as many details as Nick. I'm going to Nashville, so that should be fun. What we're doing in Nashville still hasn't really been disclosed to me. I keep asking, like, what are we doing? What
So
are we
this
doing?
sounds like a lot of not details.
Very little details.
Okay.
But that's only till Tuesday. Then after that, I'm heading up to New York. Gonna go see the Back to the Future on Broadway. That's gonna be
Wow.
very exciting. I'm pumped to see that, and then just work on law school applications. That's basically it.
Nice. I didn't know they had Back to the Future on Broadway. Is it
Back to the
new?
Future, the musical. Yeah, it just opened like a few months ago.
Oh.
Yeah,
That actually sounds pretty fire.
I can't wait. It's gonna be so cool.
What are they gonna sing about though? That's
I-
my question.
Couldn't really tell you. No idea whatsoever.
Well, we expect an update.
Promise there will be an update. And in our second discussion topic of the day, taking your cell phone into the bathroom to spend some quality time on the toilet isn't such a good idea, according to a Stanford and Harvard trained gastroenterologist. In a video posted on TikTok, Dr. Sethi says that scrolling on social media while doing your 6 to 11 business, I don't know what that reference is, can have some serious health consequences. And for that matter, doing business on your phone while doing your business can as well. Sethi explained, first, using your phone while doing number 2 can lead to prolonged sitting on the toilet, which can cause strain and pressure on your rectum and anus. This can lead to issues such as hemorrhoids and fissures and rectal prolapse, he concluded. That's a tough scene.
Yeah.
You probably don't need any more details than that. But these aren't the only reasons not to bring your phone to the bathroom with you. He also says it can be a breeding ground for bacteria, but if you must, at least have a disinfectant around to clean the phone after you're done. So there's been a lot of talk regarding toilets, especially with last week's Twitter poll question. So how do you feel about this news, Mike?
I'm not going to change my behavior.
Correct. Only correct answer. I think we're making up not the hemorrhoids problem, but the anal fissures and rectal prolapse. We're making things up.
I think that's for the people who spend like an hour.
Yeah.
Like if you're spending more than like 30 to 40 minutes on the toilet because of your phone, then you're probably in like fissure prolapse area.
Correct.
But, you know,
everyone
I'm
else
checking
is
my
fine.
Mobile games, and then I'm done.
Exactly. You're checking your pocket planes. That's about it.
I do my planes, and that's it.
Yeah. Nick, do you have the only correct answer as well?
This is America, home of the brave, land of the free. The government cannot tell me what to do. I will sit on the toilet and scroll TikTok as long as I damn please.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah, I have nothing else to say on this topic. So let's go to the Twitter poll question of the day. What's your favorite French fry? The options are McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Arby's, or Pitt.
Pitt's wild.
Pitt should not be on there.
It should not. I thought this was going to be fry cuts. Like
That's what I
waffle,
thought too.
crinkle.
I don't write this, Mike.
You know what I mess with heavy?
What?
The smiley faces.
Big facts. The smiley face.
Focus on the question. Focus on the question. McDonald's, Chick-fil-A.
McDonald's fries.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Chick-fil-A.
You know, I don't need them to be healthy. They're fries.
But Chick-fil-A isn't healthy.
Like they're not healthy, but like they're like quality.
But they're good.
Yeah, they're good, but McDonald's fries are better because
McDonald's
there's
fries
more
are
salt
too
on them.
greasy.
That's the whole point.
Nah.
That's why I like them.
I think Wendy's has the best fries. That option should be on here. Wendy's fries. But it's not. Yeah. Nick.
I've been to McDonald's before. Never been to a Chick-fil-A. Never been to.
Excuse me? Excuse me? No Chick-fil-A?
Listen, hear me out. I've heard all this stuff about the homophobic, transphobic stuff that Chick-fil-A has been doing, and I just really can't back that.
That's valid. That's valid. That's valid.
I wanted to stay out of it as long as possible. You know?
Understandable. Understandable.
And Pitt is just such an unbased answer, so I have to say McDonald's.
Yeah, there's no reason for Pitt to be on this list at all. Plus, they have different cuts of fries depending on the day.
Yeah.
There's just no reason for that.
Like I will say some Pitt fries are better than a lot of fast food fries, but it has to be a specific fry.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the Twitter poll, what the people decide. Because personally, I think Chick-fil-A is going to win this in a landslide. That is if we get the Twitter poll question up. But anyway, Mike, let's go to you with what's going on with WXVU.
All right. So, what's going on with WXVU? Each week on the Morning Roar, we'll highlight one of our WXVU show offerings. This week, we're giving a shout out to Groovin' with Caitlin, hosted by Caitlin Van Mater. Caitlin made her WXVU debut this week. Groovin' with Caitlin explains the backstory and context of a wide range of songs and albums, from Billie Eilish's 2023 song, What I Was Made For, to Marvin Gaye's 1978 album, Here My Dear. Listen to Groovin' with Caitlin, Tuesdays at 4 p.m. on WXVU. And today is the official World College Radio Day. Log on to collegeradio.org to hear WXVU's contribution to the World College Radio Day Marathon. We'd invite you to take this opportunity to support WXVU. We want to keep bringing the music, talk, and sports you love to the airwaves, but we need your help to do so. Please donate on our Instagram at WXVU Radio or on our Twitter, also at WXVU Radio.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. You're listening to the Morning Roar right here on WXVU 89.1 FM. We're going to be taking a quick break, so stay tuned for more after this.
This is Father Peter, and you're listening to the 89.1 The Roar. Scott Adams with the Sounds of Brazil, ready to explore divas from Bahia with the best music from this northeastern state. It's the artistic soul of Brazil, and we'll take a landmark tour with Google Maps as our guide. Brazil Back-to-Back showcases Bahia Jazz, always in our second hour. The Sounds of Brazil, Sundays at 8 p.m. on Villanova's V89.1, The Roar.
The Wayne Wildcats football and cheer team invite you to their beef and beer fundraiser at the Berwyn Tavern, Saturday, October 7th at 5 p.m. Enjoy delicious hot roast beef, ice-cold beers, and the company of fellow Wildcats supporters. This fundraiser is all about coming together to cheer on these amazing young athletes while raising funds to support their seasons. More information is available at waynewildcats.com.
We're back with the Morning Roar right here on WXVU 89.1 FM. Let's go to our 3-day weather forecast for the main line, which is seeming much more fall-like weather patterns starting this Sunday. And we are starting today with cloudy skies and a slight chance of rain shower. Winds are light with a high of 76. Prepare for scattered thunderstorms tonight with variable clouds overnight. Winds are still light with a low of 62 degrees. Fall break starts tomorrow with rain showers early in the morning and some sunshine later in the day with a high of 67. Some clouds will give way to generally clear conditions overnight with a low of 47. Sunday sounds great with a few afternoon clouds and sunny weather in the morning with a high of 59. Sunday night will be clear to partly cloudy here at Nova with a low of 43. And the current temperature outside our Daugherty Hall studios on the campus of Villanova University is 66 degrees. Now let's go to Nick with our next Morning Roar news update.
All right, so Radnor Township invites the community to participate in updating the township's comprehensive plan. Quote, a vision for Radnor 2035. The vision will lay the foundation for the strategic goals and recommendations that will provide a roadmap for decision-making and investment prioritization over the next decade. Township Manager William White said the township has partnered with FHI Studio, planning, engineering, and transportation specialists in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. The plan is a guide for growth, development, and preservation. It serves as the foundation for zoning and plays a critical role in land development. The plan will update the existing 2003 plan that is available on the township's website. And research from the University of Texas say that, in general, cat lovers are smarter than dog lovers. The research echoes the same sentiment shared by other experts, that cat lovers show more mental prowess than dog lovers. The Texas team characterized the canine person as loyal, direct, kind, faithful, utilitarian, helpful, and a team player, while the feline person was typically found to be graceful, subtle, independent, intelligent, thoughtful, and mysterious, end quote.
I am never going to disagree with something so much in my life than that statement.
Amen.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
What's your persona, Chris?
What? I don't think I have
Are
one.
you a dog person or are you a cat person?
I mean, I'm a dog person,
Okay.
definitely. And loyal, direct, kind, faithful, utilitarian, and helpful. With the exception of utilitarian, these are all great traits to have. I don't know why we're putting down dog lovers in this.
Well, I just don't see the need. We're just people, man.
Also, from that data, like, how are you like gating, like, oh, who's smarter, who's not? I'm not seeing an IQ anywhere in this list.
No. Once again, classic Morning Roar, fake scientific
research.
study here.
This is fake science
research
news.
from the University of Texas. We're calling them out.
They're funding this. The University of Texas is funding this.
But also utilitarian. That's just like, that seems like such a random trait to throw in there.
Dog people are things we commonly associate with dogs, and cat people are things we commonly associate with cats.
Shocking. I know. This is crazy.
I would like to be mysterious, though.
We'll get a cat.
Yeah, I
But
probably
that's-
should.
According to the University of Texas, that's all you need to do.
Yeah,
You seem like a black cat kind of guy, or like Tabby.
maybe. I could see myself with a black cat.
I see it.
That's very mysterious.
Yeah.
Moving on to our second discussion topic of the day here, online dating. While there's no denying that many have found love online, a new study has found that married couples who met using dating apps like Tinder, Bumble, Grindr, and Hinge are less satisfied with their marriages than wedded partners who met in person. Researchers at Arizona State University surveyed 923 married adults in the U.S. and found participants who met in online were not only less satisfied in their relationships, they also reported less stability. Possible reasons surmised by researchers included the fact that digital daters tend to have their unions marginalized by some friends and family, and they tend to be younger, which can have a negative effect on relationships. So, not living happily ever after. Nick, what do we think?
I would like to forget that last sentence, por favor.
Not allowed.
My comments would be try dating on Craigslist. I think you might have better results there.
Dude,
What?
eHarmony?
Actually, eHarmony.
One match
there you
every
go.
14 minutes. That's
Really?
yeah.
That's
what
impressive
they
stuff.
Christian
right
Mingle?
there. Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle.
All of these sounds like great websites. Nick, have you ever used the online dating app scene?
No, I'm not a big I'm not a big guy for like looking for to date. If it happens, it happens kind of thing. I have a
Mhm.
friend who makes it like a point to play Tinder like it's Pokemon Go. It's interesting.
Because you're like, wow, this one's only 2 miles away.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, I think it's a problem at that point because you're playing with people's emotions. Because like some people aren't there for something serious, but some people are. Some people are really need that.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the app. If you're on Tinder, I feel like
Like, you
90%
gotta
of the
know.
people there are there to play the game.
Mm.
If you're on Bumble or Hinge, those apps, in my opinion, are a little more serious. Typically attract a little more, let's say, dedicated clientele to like finding somebody. Tinder, you're just kind of there to swipe.
Well, can I say
have a good
can I
time.
say a hot take?
Yeah,
Bumble,
what's the hot take?
Bumble, kind of just Tinder for cowards.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Also, if you're saying that you're getting an unsatisfying relationship from Grinder, I wanted to rethink your life decisions a little bit.
Yeah, I was not expecting Grindr to be on this list. I was a little surprised by that. I mean, are there any other like popular dating apps besides those four?
My conception of Plenty of Fish is that it's just Tinder for old people.
Oh, yeah. Okay. There you go. I've been seeing this new app marketed recently. I forget the name of it. But men can only join it once they are recommended by other women. And if the man gets reported, then the woman who recommended him gets like a notification to like reprimand him in real life.
That's genius.
I think it's great. I think
Keep
that's
him
so
in line.
it's so funny.
Ashley Madison, who can
I
forget?
don't think that's a dating app.
That's a dating app,
It-
but just
is
like
it?
for
No.
just for infidelitous
Correct.
dating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could Yik Yak be considered a dating app to
Yes.
like an extent? Oh God, I hate
I
everything. about
think
that.
so.
But it's anonymous.
People still find each other.
That's true. That's true.
I wouldn't doubt
The
that
amount-
people
the
can
amount
find
of
love on
yik-yak
the app.
conversation, flirting with a top hat,
Exactly. And then you meet the top hat in real life.
It's
So
and
probably,
wild
they
scene.
don't have top hat vibes.
Correct.
but it's like probably the most genuine because you're just getting like vibes. You're not judging them for like their looks or anything. You're judging them based off of vibe.
True.
Yeah.
No pictures whatsoever.
If only loved worked on vibes.
On that note, let's go to everybody's favorite segment, the Morning Roar Mind Bender. The updated standings: Mike has 2 points, Becky has 1 point, Talene has 1 point, and Nick, you have 1 point. The judges have decided not to award a point after last week's display by the candidates. Nick, You weren't here. Were you here that last week?
I was here last week
I don't know why we have Nick, a lonely nation's eyes turned to you.
because I
and-
wasn't scheduled in. I don't think originally.
Well, that line is just not valid anymore. Anyway, let's get to our morning roar mind bender. All right, here it is. Turn me on my side and I am everything. Cut me in half and I am nothing. What am I?
8. Number 8.
Yeah, correct.
Yes!
Correct. That was impressive. I don't think I would have gotten that.
This is
That
an
was
engineering
re-
degree coming in.
That was
super
really
handy.
impressive. Mike, did you have any inclinations whatsoever?
Like I might have been able to get it, but I wasn't even close.
Becky texted us with a guess of a globe. Becky, that is incorrect, but we appreciate you playing the game.
Wait, cut you in half and you're nothing?
Yeah, because it's
Zero. You're zero.
Zero.
If you cut it like right in between the two like O's,
Oh, okay.
you're zero.
Yeah.
Turn on your side, it looks like the infinity logo.
Mhm.
Yeah. There you go.
I
Nick,
feel so smart.
Nick, you've tied it up with Mike at 2 points apiece. Can't wait to see what after fall break entails for our morning roar mindbender saga.
Who's gonna get the pie?
Who's gonna get the pie? This is the morning roar right here on WXVU. We're gonna be taking a quick break, so stay tuned for more after this.
I'm Maddie Giuliano, the host of The Color, and you're listening to V89.1 The Roar.
Do you have the Sunday scaries? Relax with Sonic Bliss every Sunday at 10 p.m. Sonic Bliss is designed to help you unwind with 3 hours of trip hop, dream pop, acoustic, ambient, and world grooves. No, it's not a love song show, but if you want to make out to it, that's fine too. Chill out with Sonic Bliss, Sundays at 10 p.m. on V89.1 The Roar.
Ugh. I'm setting another timer for 30 minutes. Ugh, I'm so tired. What time is it? Ah, I have to go to class.
Have you ever woken up from a nap like this? Here's some advice, backed by research, to take naps that help you wake up refreshed and sleep at night without trouble. Number 1, keep naps short. Naps should only be 15 to 30 minutes long. Number 2, optimal napping time is between 1 and 4 p.m., but find a time that works for you. Number 3, nap in a quiet, dark, and cool environment without distractions. That means no phones.
Really? No phones?
Correct, no phones. Now you can feel more rested during those tough work weeks.
Happy catnapping, Wildcats. And remember, don't sleep on sleep.
This PSA was brought to you by senior nursing students in the Fitzpatrick College of Nursing, the Office of Health Promotion, and WXVU Villanova Radio.
It's the morning roar right here on WXVU 89.1 FM. And for this morning roars episode, we have with us Kat Coyle, the Assistant Director for Media Programs in the Office of Student Involvement. Kat joined the Villanova community in August. She earned her master's degree in media culture and communication from New York University and her undergraduate degree from St. Joseph's University, where she studied English, journalism, and communications. Kat, welcome to your WXVU on-air debut, and thank you for being with us today.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for having me on here.
Of course. So why don't you tell us more about your role as the Assistant Director for Media Programs?
Sure, yeah. So like you said, I'm very new, so I'm still learning what the role fully entails. But the main part of my job is to advise our student media groups. So working with the brilliant students on WXVU, as well as the yearbook, our newspaper, the Villanovan, and with our tech crew, as well as VTV, which is our TV station. And then since I'm in the Office of Student Involvement, you probably know me like that office as the office that's planning fun events all the time on campus, working with the campus activities team. So I'm kind of working with my coworkers and colleagues on thinking about events on our campus and how to get students involved.
That's awesome. And you started out, like you said, you're new. You started out this role in August. And what led you to this role?
Ooh, great question. When I was in college at St. Joe's, just down the road, I was very involved in student media. I was on the newspaper, and actually, our newspaper shared an office with the radio station. So I was good friends with all the radio kids as well. And I really, really loved kind of learning journalism in that very hands on way in college. So I always dreamed, and I had fantastic advisors. I had several advisors that really like shaped my career and the trajectory I wanted to kind of move in. And they encouraged me to go to grad school, but always in the back of my mind, I kind of hoped I could return to this college media environment. So I was actually living in central New York, up in Ithaca. And I knew that me and my partner wanted to move back down to the Philadelphia area at some point, and this job got posted. That was, essentially the entire job was getting to advise and work with students in student media programs, and it was kind of perfect. So that's kind of how I ended up back here.
Awesome. So how is your Villanova experience so far?
It's been amazing. I've been on a few college campuses so far, kind of all different sizes and orientations, and I really am just like blown away by how welcoming the Villanova community has been, and that comes from like the staff side as well as the student side. I feel like everyone here, they might have their gripes, like little things here and there, but they really love to be a part of this community, and they're proud that they're at Villanova, and I feel like that really resonates in the way that people treat each other here. So I have had just a fantastic time so far, and I'm really getting to know, buildings on campus, but more importantly, like my coworkers and the awesome students here.
So you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but remind us, what media organizations do you work with at Villanova, and how is it working with these different media organizations?
Yeah, I think there's like a different level of like, intertwinedness depending on the group. Some groups are really independent, and like I work with Tech Crew. They are the students who are setting up for events. They are just so on the ball. They have a force of student employees. They have an entire procedure. They handle their budgeting. They are just like super awesome. And I kind of step in and help guide them in certain ways, but they have a lot of procedures in place. So it's really just like guiding them through unique situations. And then I think, it's kind of different for every group. So I mentioned Tech Crew. I work with the Villanovan. On the Villanovan, we have two advisors, Michael Bradley who's a journalism professor. It kind of helps with the journalism side. And then I help sometimes with like the logistics and administrative side, but I do come from a journalism background. So I feel like I can kind of provide a lot of insight there with our student journalists. For VTV, I am still like really kind of getting immersed in the big events and big things they do, and I'm really excited to get more involved with them. And then of course the radio and the yearbook. There's always one that I'm forgetting when I list them all. But yeah, I think each organization is kind of unique and has a different way of approaching their workflow and a different kind of staff. So it's been really cool to kind of meet all of them and see what they do.
Yeah. And do you have any goals for this academic year related to the media programs at Villanova?
Ooh, I love that question. I think like the first month of me being here was really like getting my hands dirty and like figuring out what's going on here. And now I'm in a pretty good place where I can kind of step back and evaluate like where I think things can go. I think one thing that I really got a lot from in my college experience was getting to meet other student media professionals in national conferences. I got to go to the Associated Collegiate Press and CMA, which is College Media Association, and I just learned so much. And those were really exciting, fun weeks, just to be with all of your friends who work on the newspaper with you in New Orleans over Halloween. So there's a little bit of craziness going on. But I would love to get to a point where we're sending kind of like students who are really excited about what they're doing in campus media programs to these national conferences. So I think that's one goal, is to kind of like generate some excitement there for media groups, and then also get those students out there. And I have a million other things in my mind, but that's probably one that I think is probably attainable by the end of the year.
Awesome. So what is something you didn't expect coming in as the assistant director for media and programs?
Ooh, good question. I'm trying to think. I think I didn't really know what to expect. I'm really, really familiar with like the college journalism world. So the aspects of VTV that kind of do news reporting, obviously the Villanovan, those are areas where I was really comfortable. For the more like broadcasting entertainment side of WXVU and VTV, I'm just not as familiar with that arena. So I feel like I'm still trying to kind of educate myself. The intricacies of radio, I'm just not very like, I don't have a lot of technical experience. So we have fantastic people here. Nick, who is our operations manager here at the radio, has been really, really helpful in kind of guiding me in that way. So not so much that I didn't expect it, but more so I'm still like figuring out the role a little bit.
Definitely. So this next question, this is your big pitch. Should the Villanova community be involved in media programming, and why?
Oh my gosh, yes. Obviously, yes. I think student media programs are a really unique way to get involved on this campus because there's so many different opportunities. If you think about the radio station in itself, you can be a DJ, just spend 2 hours a week thinking about your set list and get on air and do your thing because you love music. You could have a talk show because you love politics and you want to think about that. You could be on the Morning Roar because this is something you're passionate about. But beyond that, there are fantastic people doing really interesting other non-broadcast things for the radio. We have Becky, who's doing really cool things for our social media. We have producers behind the scenes like Mandy. And of course we have like business directors. So say you're going to get your degree in advertising or finance, and you want to learn about how to kind of propel a small organization forward. I think the unique thing about student media programs is like you can kind of like choose your level of commitment. So you can be students like Chris who are spending hours and hours every week trying to figure out how to make WXVU a better station. But then you can also have, just an hour a week commitment of doing something that you're kind of passionate about that has nothing to do with your professional career. And I also think that just like these organizations set you up for the most amazing friendships in your life. I know I'm still incredibly close to all the people that I worked on, my college newspaper with. These are the people that I talk to every day, and we're in each other's weddings. And those friendships really do mean a lot. So I encourage every student to go and pursue something creative and something exciting on this campus, because there are so many communities that would accept you and be excited to have your input.
That's great. And I know we, WXVU, can sort of echo some, if not all of those points. But now that we've heard the spiel as to why we should join student media organizations, how can students get involved in Villanova student media organizations?
I think everyone's student media programs, they're doing really good at social media recently, which, you would hope they would be, but everyone's social media is really attainable. So it could be as easy as like checking out the new edition of the Villanovan on their Instagram, or looking at WXVU's, all their sports broadcasting is kind of posted on Instagram. So you can get involved in that way as like a consumer if you want to up your media diet and really be aware of what's happening at Villanova. But if you want to get behind the scenes and working for these different organizations, there's a few different ways. One, you can reach out directly to me. I am in the Office of Student Involvement, so that's right across from COVA. And you can pop in anytime, and I'm happy to set you up with, one of the student media leaders, or you can probably just email their individual email addresses. If you go to OSI's website, you can click on student media programs and you'll find contacts for everyone. But yeah, super accessible, but definitely come stop by me and in my office in Docker D102.
Awesome. Kat, thanks for coming in today. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. It's great.
That was Kat Coyle, the Assistant Director for Media Programs in the Office of Student Involvement here at Villanova. You're listening to The Morning Roar live right here on V89.1 The Roar. We're going to be taking a quick break, so stay tuned for more.
You better keep
I'm MK Kulikin, Music Director for WXVU, and you're listening to V89.1 The Roar.
Registration is now open for the Busy Wildcat Retreat. The Busy Wildcat Retreat is meant for students, faculty, or staff who are longing for space in their lives to slow down, reflect, and connect with God, but might have a hard time fitting a weekend-long retreat into their schedule. This retreat is largely self-guided, but begins Friday, October 20th from noon until 1 p.m., and ends Friday, October 27th with community gatherings to help prepare for and process the experience. Register by October 16th. For questions on the Busy Wildcat Retreat, email David Walsh, Campus Minister for Sports and Spirituality, or Kiva Nice-Webb, Campus Minister for Retreats.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brian McDonough. I had the pleasure to visit WXVU Studios, and I'm so proud of the work being done through WXV and U Health, a partnership between WXVU and the Fitzpatrick College of Nursing in collaboration with the Office of Health Promotion. I look forward to hearing more of the outstanding podcasts and public service announcements that are produced by the nursing students and WXV and U Health. This is Villanova University's V89.1 The Roar.
We're back with the Morning Roar right here on WXVU 89.1 FM. It's time to go into our weekly sports roundup. Today, we're going to be starting with Villanova football. Villanova is 3-2 on the season and 1-1 in CAA football after being dealt a 31-10 loss at the University of Albany last week. Sophomore wide receiver Jalen Sanchez scored his first career touchdown in the game at the University of Albany and is currently the FCS leader with an average of 26.7 yards per reception on the season. Villanova goes on the road for the second straight week and will play its first game ever against North Carolina A&T when the teams kick off at 4 p.m. on Saturday. The Aggies are in their first season as a member of CAA football and are the only opponent on this season's regular season schedule that the Wildcats are facing for the first time. In other news, Villanova basketball blue-white scrimmage. Villanova hosted its annual blue-white scrimmage last night at the Finneran Pavilion as it made its public debut in 2023 and 2024 season. A quartet of Wildcats was held out of the scrimmage due to injuries. All are considered day-to-day. That group included Justin Moore, Lance Ware, Jordan Dumont, and Trey Patterson remained sidelined while recovering from a summer shoulder surgery. TJ Bamba led all scorers across the 4 games with 18 points. Tyler Burton tallied 16 points to go with 7 rebounds, and Eric Dixon finished with 14 points. Other VU sports this weekend. On Saturday, we have men's tennis at the University of Richmond. We have a men's soccer home game versus Seton Hall University and women's volleyball home game versus Providence. On Sunday, the men's golf team is going to be going head-to-head at the Bucknell Fall Invitational. Field hockey will be taking on Penn, and the women's soccer home game versus Creighton. All of that on Sunday. Moving on to the MLB playoffs, the wild card round has ended in complete sweeps as the Phillies, Diamondbacks, Rangers, and Twins all advanced. My Brewers got swept by the Diamondbacks. That didn't feel great. Didn't exactly love that. Guys, I don't know if you're big MLB fans here, but do we have any predictions for the next round? Nothing.
I'm just going to say Phil's up.
Phil's all day.
Go Phillies.
Always. Run through a brick wall. Phillies against the Braves. That's going to be a tough series for the Phillies, but I think they can handle it. I think if they take one on the road, they could pull this one off. Astros versus the Twins, the Orioles versus the Rangers, and the Dodgers versus the Diamondbacks. Moving on to NFL Week 5 action. The Bears destroyed the Commanders. Not a sentence I'd ever thought I'd hear myself say. 40-20 in Thursday night football action.
The Bears.
Key matchup this week. We have Eagles at Rams and Cowboys at 49ers for some Sunday night football action. Mike, how are your Patriots doing?
I don't see my team on there, so I don't know.
We have no idea.
I have no idea. The script tells me everything I need to know about my Patriots.
The Patriots are so bad.
They are bad. How does that feel, Mike? Your Patriots specifically.
My Patriots.
Our
aren't
Patriots.
Bad.
Oh, both Patriots lovers.
My Patriots aren't bad. My Patriots are gone. They're
cooked.
They left with Tom Brady.
Correct.
Yep.
Most factual statement I've ever heard. Nick, let's go to you with our music news.
All right. So Taylor Swift has extended her record by spending an 80th week at number 1 on the Billboard Artist 100 chart, thanks to her 9 albums currently on the Billboard 200 and 3 songs on the Billboard Hot 100. The Midnight's album has now been in the top 10 for the last 49 weeks. Selena Gomez put rumors of a feud with Dua Lipa to rest. She told an interviewer that although it's true she unfollowed Lipa over the summer, it was an accident. I was just cleaning up some of my Instagram. Then somebody called and was like, what happened with Dua? At the time, she tried to clear things up by posting a pic of herself wearing a Versace dress from Dua Lipa's how you say that?
I'm going to go with Vacanza.
La Vacanza collaboration. Thank you. And BTS, Jungkook has set a release date for his debut solo album, Golden. It will arrive November 3rd. Featuring the previously released singles 7 with Latto and 3D with Jack Harlow.
Does this happen a lot where like people in boy bands all of a sudden just go to solo careers? I feel like that happened a lot with
the most popular member of every boy band.
Correct. That's
will
what
continue to have
Yeah.
a solo career. So it's like within competition, you know.
Mhm.
It happened with Justin Timberlake,
One Direction.
But then everyone had solo careers because they were just so big.
Yeah.
But
But BTS is huge, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So does this like spell the end of BTS that we now have starting solo careers? Because like One
I
Direction,
don't think so because
that kind of ended
that
after.
that was a breakup.
Yeah.
But I think solo careers can happen in conjunction. With
Okay. Well, we'll
boy
see.
bands. Yeah. What I think is wild is the fact that Selena Gomez just tried to patch things up by wearing a Versace dress. Like that was apparently supposed to clear the air with this other celebrity. I don't know how they do it. Like that might be how they do it.
That's how they do it in the 1%.
a
Mike.
layman like myself.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand.
Wouldn't understand.
Mike, let's go to you with what's new at the movie theaters this weekend.
All right. This weekend we have The Exorcist Believer, rated R, and it's a horror thriller. When 2 girls disappear into the woods and return 3 days later with no memory of what happened, the father of one girl seeks out Chris McNeil, who's been forever changed by what happened to her daughter 50 years ago. Featuring Leslie Odom Jr., Ellen Burstyn, and Jennifer Nettles. The tomato meter is 25%.
That's brutal.
Very
That's so
brutal,
bad.
But that's what you get from the 3rd Exorcist movie.
But isn't Leslie Odom Jr. like a huge star?
Isn't he the Hamilton guy?
He's the Hamilton guy, yeah.
I guess, but a
No,
lot of stars,
evidently
a lot of
not in this
star-studded
movie.
movies flop.
Yeah.
Next up this weekend is Dix, the musical, rated R. It's a musical comedy, and then limited, whatever that means. 2 self-obsessed businessmen discovered their long-lost identical twins and come together to plot the reunion of their eccentric divorced parents. Featuring Megan Mullally, Nathan Lane, and Megan Thee Stallion. Tomato meter is 80%. And then last, but certainly not least, we have The Burial, which is rated R. It's a drama, also limited, whatever that means. Inspired by true events. When a handshake deal goes sour, a funeral home owner enlists a charismatic, smooth-talking attorney to save his family business. Featuring Jamie Foxx, Tommy Lee Jones, and Journey Smollett. The tomato meter is 100%. Now that's a star-studded cast that I can get behind.
That sounds like a pretty good movie.
That
I haven't
sounds like a
heard
phenomenal
anything about this though. Have you, Nick?
No.
That's why I'm surprised it got 100% on the tomato meter readings, and I've just not heard of it whatsoever.
What's also the critics score? The critics score all the movies.
Oh, is this not the fan?
Well, is it out yet?
Oh yeah, they're not out yet. Well, it's Friday. They technically come out on Thursdays.
That's true.
Yeah. But Dick's the musical, that sounds pretty funny.
That does sound pretty funny.
I kind of want to go see that.
I would see Dick's the musical and The Burial.
Yeah, except for the fact Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Is she an actress? Am I missing something?
She
No,
might be, or
but,
she
like,
might be doing the soundtrack.
She might have like a cameo appearance.
Oh,
and
I mean,
then, like
Yeah,
featuring Megan Thee Stallion.
true. I mean, these are some pretty solid movies compared to the ones that we usually report on for
Yeah.
100% and 80% on the tomato meter ratings.
Like these are the first two movies that we've ever talked about that I think I would actually go see. in
Correct.
theaters.
Yeah. And definitely not The Exorcist believer.
No.
I'm good.
Saw The Exorcist. I wasn't a big fan.
So when I stayed at Catholic University over the summer, I stayed in their oldest dorm hall, and that is the building that The Exorcist is based on.
Oh no, really?
It's rumored that like the actual like true story of The Exorcist happened on like the attic of that building, which absolutely freaked me out the entire time that I was there. So,
But dude, they got rid of it.
they got rid of it.
They got rid of it. Like they exercised it. That's
They
the
actually
point.
that's the problem. Now they have this like random demon soul. I've never seen.
Well,
the
now
movies.
that
I have no
now that
idea
they
how
released
this
a new
works.
movie, obviously the attic's going to be acting up again.
Oh, true. Yeah, obviously. Come on.
It's
Those are
back in
events.
the attic.
All right, now it's time to go to our Twitter poll results recap. And just a reminder, the question today was, what is your favorite French fry? There was some debate among us between McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, and definitely not Arby's, and definitely not Pitt. It was between McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. McDonald's is winning with 75% of the votes, and underdog Pitt
Ain't
has
no way.
25% of the votes, 4 votes, but 1 vote to Pitt.
Wow.
I want to know who that is. Find them.
Show yourself.
Give them
Find me
fries.
that voter and give them McDonald's fries.
Give them fries from any other fast food restaurant, and their eyes will be opened
Mhm.
to the goodness that is not Pitt food.
I've been saying this for a while, and no one's been listening to me. But sweet potato fries from Kemco, when they're fresh, is the best thing. I get it if you don't
Really?
I get if you don't like sweet potato fries. If it's not your vibe, then you might not like it. But for me, when they're hot, when they're a little bit crispy and just the right amount of greasy, it's just the best thing.
I'm gonna put you onto something. I don't know if you do this already, but
Okay.
sweet potato fries with maple syrup.
Really?
Yep.
Hold on.
Electric.
Let him cook.
That sounds
Electric.
so good.
Yeah.
We need to do that in the next hour.
We can make that happen.
Where the sweet potato fries, because they usually have them in Bel Air, but I don't think Bel Air is open.
Bel Air's not open right now.
Not yet.
We'll hit,
I
we'll
like
hit
the
them
sweet
next
potato
week.
fries at Bel Air. Have you ever had those in there?
I
really
actually get
good.
them every time I get chicken
They're
tenders.
really good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, I would take Bel Air fries over Pitt fries.
I was gonna say, yeah.
guarantee,
And probably,
guarantee.
I've never had Arby's personally, but
probably
Arby's fries.
Yeah.
They have the meats, not the fries.
Have you had the Zilly fries from Camco? Because that's like the classic Villanova thing, and they're so bad. They are. Do you like them?
I like them in the capacity that like it's a staple in the same way that like you've got to get the chicken tenders and fries from Bel Air. They're not exceptional, but it's a staple.
But just because it's a staple doesn't mean it's good. Like, oh, this is about to be the hottest take. Like a Philly cheesesteak is a staple, but in reality, it's just meat with cheese whiz. And quite frankly, I don't like that. That's not appetizing. What?
You can put other stuff on it than just meat and cheese.
Chris doesn't like the works.
I don't like the works. And
Ew.
cheese whiz. It's cheese whiz. It comes
You
from
can
a
put mozzarella.
can.
You can put provolone.
No, the classic Philly cheesesteak. If you go to Gino and Pat's in Philly,
because you're getting
but
Geno's and Pats.
no one from Philly goes to Gino and Pat's. They go somewhere else.
well, I need to be taken somewhere else because I did not like Gino's and Pat's when I got it. Just being honest.
We'll go somewhere else then.
But Zilly fries, they have like, what is it, ranch and
It's ranch, bacon, and mozzarella cheese.
That's gross.
it's not good. And I like all of those things separately.
Like if you, I will say, if you just take out the ranch, phenomenal fries, because
Yeah.
those are just bacon cheese fries.
Correct.
Okay, how about this? The same thing without ranch, add gravy.
That would
Disco
Really?
fries.
Oh, that's what. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't they also have those at Camco, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Camco, they have all the
Why is
best
disco
stuff.
fries not the staple and Zilly fries are?
I feel like Zilly fries aren't the staple, and that's a lie they told us freshman year.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anybody who gets Zilly fries after one time freshman year.
I mean,
Because then
plenty
they
of
probably
people
just
do.
move on to disco fries.
Or they move on to literally anything else
Yeah.
on the menu.
The one thing that's slept on the menu is the potato skins. Is just essentially like they take I think maybe like a half of a potato, they cut it in half. And they put mozzarella cheese on it and put like sour cream and bacon on top of it. It's like the best thing.
This is also at Campco?
Yes.
They need to talk about all
Read
of
the
these
menu.
other things. I don't read the menu. There's too much on the menu. But their
No.
wings? Come on.
There's
The
too
wings
much
are
on the
so
menu
good.
for you to be reading it in line.
Exactly.
Like you get there and the menu is like 12-point font and you got to walk up. And by the time you're up there and can read it, they're just like, all right, what do you want? And you're like, I'm going with what I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's fries, wings, or some
Mac
type
bites.
of sandwich. Mac bite. So good. The mac and cheese bites are so good.
I gotta ask you, do you eat them with like a sauce?
No.
No? Damn.
I
I
just go straight up mac and cheese bites.
Bro,
What sauce would you eat them with?
I would do it with either ketchup or marinara.
I could see marinara. Marinara would probably be really good on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ketchup,
definitely.
I'm not too sure about.
I
Yeah,
do my
to each
mac and
their
cheese with a little bit of ketchup. I'm like really like that. I know a lot of people get pissed off by that decision, but you know what?
Yeah, that's
It's
a little
my Mac.
outside the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my Mac. Let me
Let the man live.
I put comeback sauce on my rice. Don't even
What?
talk to me about that.
No, we're moving on.
Man defended himself with a hotter take.
Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, deep thought of the week. Beautiful days do not come to you. You must walk toward them.
That's deep.
Very deep. Thanks to
Based.
our thanks to our executive producer Mandy Love Ledbetter. Enjoy your fall break, everyone, and stay tuned for Swingin' Fridays coming up next. We'll catch you on Friday, October 20th at 8 a.m. for the next Morning Roar right here on WXVU. Have a great weekend, everybody, and to all Villanova students, have a great fall break.
Villanova University's WXVU Villanova, serving the main line, including Montgomery, Delaware, and Chester counties at 89.1